What I'd like to share with you today is ways of looking at innovative combinations of data to allow us insights that might not be possible without this. This is a map that looks at many different sorts of data about the population in Suffolk County. We have the ability to look at census data and data specific to Stony Brook Hospital. In particular, we're going to look at 30-day readmissions for the Medicaid population. The Medicaid population represents a subset of patients at Stony Brook Hospital. One thing that is used today to evaluate the quality of care in a hospital is how many patients are readmitted within 30 days. It is not uniform across the county. As a matter of fact, the red areas represent hotspots where the 30-day readmission rate is higher than expected for this population. So that's interesting. So what does that tell us? Combining geospatial information with hospital readmissions can tell us quite a bit. Let's look more closely at this area. Looking down upon this area, you can see a housing complex, which is interesting. We'll look into that complex more carefully in just a minute. Behind it, you can see that there is a social services facility. Yet, you can't walk from the housing unit to the social services area. You can see that none of the sidewalks go through. So in a sense, we have an area of need and a place where this need could be potentially met, and yet they don't connect, although they are immediately adjacent in space. So let's take a walk down the street and look into this housing complex and see if we can learn a little bit more about it. So our little man on Google Maps takes a walk, and here we are. We're coming close, coming a little closer. Now we can see the name of the units where we think there is probably a problem with Medicaid readmissions. So let's see what more we can find out about this area. Let's Google the apartment complex and see if we can find out anything more about it. Well, isn't that interesting? We can see that yes, this is an apartment complex, and yes, this is Section 8 housing, which serves people who are qualified for aid in paying housing costs. Certainly now we can see that our Medicaid patients, in whom there is a greater than expected 30-day readmission rate to the hospital, live right next to social services but are likely not benefiting from that service. And by looking at an innovative way of combining data, we can learn a lot about our patients, the population, the region, and how we might potentially help.